Hey,
All right,
fellas.
welcome to another episode of Geek-men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I'm Dustin.
I am Bo. Yeah, we got a cool. We got excited since last time Silverline we had a guest, and we got so excited. I was like, Roland, sending somebody else over. Who you got? And he's like, I got somebody. I got somebody for you. So let's introduce our guest.
Oh, there.
Hey, one Mr. Jeremy Kahn. He's the colorist at Silverline and other places as well. He's working all over the place.
Yes.
God!
I know.
Actually,
You
just
got-
yesterday went to the Kahn music parody they had on the off Broadway. So a lot of that yesterday.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited because colorist that's a job. It's up there with letterists and everything. It's a job that gets overlooked, but if you have a bad colorist on a comic, it's
You have
very noticeable.
colorist makes bad artwork look good, but also can do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fortunately for us, you really improve things. So what was the last thing you worked on with Silverline? What's out right now?
That was a Teen Beetle. Was the last one I worked on. I think they kickstarted that one. I forgot when that date was exact, but it was a previous one we did. I should hopefully be getting the next issue of Teen Beetle as well soon, hopefully. But other than that, also I've been doing work on Cray, which is they're basically reissuing some of the older, the older ones that came out in I think the late '80s, early '90s. I think it's like a 4 or 5 issue series, originally in black and white. So I'm basically going through and recoloring it for them to reprint a color edition for that.
Yeah.
So we did Kickstarter so far for one issue. Then we have second one coming up at some point as well. And then the first cover we showed there was from Freya Rush, which I took over coloring to these from the second issue on. That one there, yep.
Cool.
Yeah. So like for instance, like the Who was Cray as you were talking about, like this is how it originally did. So you would take something like this and you've been turning it into this.
Yes.
Which is just I really love the color job on this.
Yeah. It's insane.
So what
sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about like how you would because clearly there's stuff going on because your eye immediately with your color selection you're going for the center of the page. What's what's the process for coloring a page?
Well, first you start off with after you prepare the page, make sure it's ready for coloring. You want to make sure the line art is separate from everything else. Like some colorists they actually just color over the line art in Photoshop and do like a multiply layer, which isn't a very good idea.
No,
you want to separate the line art so you get the pure blacks with that. So you want to go in the channels, separate line art. When you get that separated, you can then color it, and then you do something called flatting. Flatting is actually the most boring, tedious part of the whole process. And that's when you're basically putting the basic blocking out the page. It actually it doesn't have to be the true colors or anything. Just something you can figure out. Okay, well this character's here. That's why when you're done with it, you go in and just select, fill everything. The best way to explain it is you have a page like this one here of the cover. So I would color Cray one color, I color the bodies another, and each body would be a different color. So when I go in, I can just select it and automatically adjust to the color I need. Then once all the flatting is done, you then go in and start doing the rendering, all the lighting and shadow.
Yeah.
The next part, after that is like if you want color holds, also doing some special effects as well. I'm not sure if this one has it, but there's another one I did where I actually took some stock images like from the Hubble's telescope with a starry sky and so forth. And I used that as the background for like a night space scene.
Oh, that's really clever.
Nice.
So actually, I've been a lot of fun with those recently. I think the Team Beetle stuff I did recently, I actually had a bunch of these like sort of like a Zipatone comic panel for a background I got from these stock images sites I was subscribed to. So I got a really nice effect with that. There's a lot of different things you can play around with. For right now, I'm also doing one for American mythologies of Night of the Living Dead. So all the scenes take place at night. And the way the thing is drawn is you're in the woods, but the artist only drew like the trees in the foreground. The back is just like a blank sky.
Oh,
So what I decided to do was I took some stock photos of a forest at night. I put that in the background, so you basically get the nice, like dark forest behind everything.
That's nice to see. Yeah, yeah, because in your job description, you don't necessarily just handle color. You do, you finesse. You do little tweaks here and
Oh
there
yeah,
to really bring out the artwork.
yeah.
yeah.
Like for this one here for the Cray stuff, since they're older pages, Roland didn't have like the original artwork for a lot of it, so some of it was just like scans and so forth. So the result, a lot of it actually had to be cleaned up because you'd have like artifacts when it was scanned, or just it was not clean in some areas. So you got to go in and start to remove little speckles from here and there. It does take like a little effort to get the pages ready. There's also been fun ones where I've been coloring these pages, and I noticed an artist forgot to put something in there, or like a page I did recently, the Night of the Living Dead one. There's a scene where there's a sheriff in the background shooting a zombie with a gun. However, if you look at the in his hands, there's no gun. He's basically just holding an invisible like rifle. You still see the shot, the effect of the shot. You see the zombie reacting to it, but there's no actual gun in his hands.
Man.
Oh, wow.
So
I could see, you see how people under a crunch, those type of things do happen. It's
Oh, yeah,
just like,
yeah.
whoops, I forgot to draw the gun.
I mean, it's understandable. Like it's just make sure you try to catch those. So thankfully stuff like that, I can either request the artist to send me a revised page. I can just drop the line art in, or if we're rushed for time, there was this one I was doing for my own self-published comic. I'm self-publishing myself. I have this main character who has a tail, and every now and then the artist would forget to draw that tail in. So I basically, instead of going back to artists every time I saw it, I would just go to a different page, basically copy and paste the tail whenever I needed it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, I think another indication of a good colorist is like when you compare this and this, like the artist is still there.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember like early 2000s, especially like they would go so heavily
Oh yes.
trying to blend everything together that all the line work was just lost. So it's almost like they were put on the back burner.
Yeah, there's this colorist I know who did a lot of work on like in the '90s on like the Looney Tunes, Scooby Doo, all the DC kid stuff, and he was one of the first people at DC who really was getting into and doing all of the digital artwork. But apparently, when I understood from how you explained it, the publisher basically put this not a mandate, but sort of said like we want to make sure people know we're doing digital. We want to make sure that they wanted to make sure people knew that hey, we're moving to the future. So they actually insisted on using gradients and stuff because of that, because they had it, because they had the technology.
Yeah.
So they basically were saying, well, we need to use every tool that's available, every option, whether it worked or not. That's why you got a lot of those gradients, a lot of those oversaturation stuff. So it's just them saying, we have it, we might as well use it all.
Yeah, it's like movies in the 90s. It's like, oh, we got CG now. Let's use it and replace everything. And it's like, oh, that does not hold up.
Right.
I want to go through some of the other ones. Oh, this is like, let's talk about this one. Because this is a different color job. And I also like the way that you, with the line art, focus the subjects, but everything else as, the line works less.
Yeah, that was a fun one because I did a lot of color holds in the background for the trees and the plant life.
Yeah.
So that was a fun one to just, because sometimes I'm not sure if this one had it, but there was another one I was doing where it was a character on a black backdrop, but I wanted the character to stand out more, so I actually had to trace around all the characters, just get them separate from the black. And sometimes that's not, very vague on where the outlines are as a result, because everything bleeds into the the black borders. So same like this here, where you had the grass. I think it was the tree. Yeah, I think the tree. It wasn't clear where the leaves and the trunk of the tree, met, where the separation was. So you're gonna have to, figure it out and say, logically how this normally would look. Also, another fun one about this cover is, so this is actually, I don't think this was one that was printed because I sent it in. After a while, I got an email back saying, "Hey, we forgot we needed to put a beard on the guy there, and the woman needed to have glasses. So here's new artwork. Can you somehow get that to work?" Problem is, the original file I had was lost. The hard drive crashed, and I couldn't recover it. All I
Oh,
had
geez.
was like a small like JPEG of the cover. So in theory, I would have to recolor the entire thing all over again. So do not do that. I actually found one of these AI programs that could upscale artwork. So I actually took that small JPEG, upscaled it, took the line art, put it on top, did a little fixing to make sure it looked nice again, and then I went ahead and colored the new pieces, the beard and the glasses. And they didn't know any. They couldn't tell the difference.
Oh man,
Nice.
that's good. When AI is a tool as opposed to
Oh yes.
replace a thing. That's great. Man, yeah, I don't even know what I would do if I had like you spend that much. Like typically, how much time does it take to like this page? How much time? How many
How
man
much?
hours you got in this?
I usually break it down for like I guess an hour or two to flat it, depending on how complex it is. A cover like this won't take that long to flat, really, at least not as long as the actual page. A lot of the issues just the rendering at this point and the color holds. Like sometimes the color holds actually take longer than everything else. But I'd say for this one maybe 3 to 4 hours. I would think it was.
Okay.
Wow.
I think
Yeah,
at least an hour, between an hour or two was the rendering. Then like around an hour probably was the flatting.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't even factor in all the rendering and stuff. So just like imagine having to do that all over again. I can't imagine the panic
Yes.
of like, yeah, you got to do that again.
Oh, jeez.
I could not. I don't do that so well. I took a couple examples off your page where you had taken artwork and colored it just as like a demo.
Yes.
And
This one got me a job at American Mythology on their kid titles because this one showed I could do licensed stuff, and so they said, "Oh, I like that sample you did. Would you want to do some Rocky and Bullwinkle comics for us?" Sure.
what a dream, man.
Yes.
Yeah, because when I first went on your page, I thought these were legit. Like I thought these were print, and like you would pull it, and because it's so authentic, like the coloring, you're showing your skill because it's not colored the same way as this one or this one. Like you're following the aesthetic of the world, and I completely bought it. It's great. I took a couple more like that as well because I really liked them.
But I enjoy doing these for fun a lot because a lot of times I go to conventions, I'll buy original artwork from the artists just so I can practice with that. This one here, though, this was fun because I have this. It's like a binder, and it's from actually Hanna-Barbera's studios, from the vault. And what it was is it's a comic proof of the of a Huckleberry Hound comic book from the UK. So it's all the black and white, the proof they do for the printing.
Mm-hmm.
So I like collecting that type of stuff and have it on hand. Just seems nice to color it in for fun.
Nice.
It's really good. It's same thing here. Again, I totally bought this. Like it's so solid and it's just really I can't find the words. It's really good coloring because you're not only you're selling the line work, but you're also your eye knows exactly where to go, and my eyes aren't fighting to look at a page.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. What else did I click so many things? Here's another example because this is this is probably the most simplistic out of it, but you also have the background too.
Well, the background was fun because the background that didn't exist. There was nothing back there.
Oh
So I
man,
actually had to recreate, that the flowery background just for that, with the gradation and everything. And I didn't want to be lazy and just screenshot it and do that. So I actually went ahead and just looked at the references and literally just redid it all in Photoshop as I'm looking at it.
really good.
Jeez.
It's really good. Same thing here. It just brought back so many memories because nailing the color of it. Because I remember reading those, this comics as a kid too. When because there was always here's the comic with the cartoon, and it's just solid work. I feel like do you feel like cartoons are your stronger suit?
Yes, that's because in general I prefer doing all ages stuff. In general, I have been doing a lot more mature stuff too. Like I said, I just did some Night of the Living Dead. Before that, I did Zorro.
Yes, I saw the Zorro. Yeah, jealous you got to work on the Zorro.
Kind of cartoon work.
But you definitely had this. Oh yeah, pull this up. Completely forgot. Amazing color job.
Yeah, that was that one. I think the first Teen Beetle one I did for them.
Yeah, just
for that one, I really wanted to try to take inspiration from the Ultraverse comic books. You have the heavy saturation, the color schemes, and so forth.
Thank you, because that's what it is. That's what it's registered to me, and I did not realize that's what it was until now. That's why I like it. Very much, yeah.
There's
Good
another
old-
important part too is being able to find references that you can use as inspiration or just reference basically. Like
Yeah.
that first crate when you saw the bodies, that actually was I forgot the artist's name. It was one of these covers they did for Star Wars when the Star Wars comics. I used that one as the way to separate the characters and everything. It's just sometimes it's easier to find something that has a similar composition and then say,
Yeah.
okay, well, this is how they approached it. Can I do something similar to that, but with this?
Gotcha.
Well, yeah. It's here's some more samples. I was stuck on your cartoon samples. I love the aesthetic. And this is where I was wanting to come into because I saw this on your Twitter, and I was like,
yes.
no wonder he's good. And plus, hearing you talk now, of course you have references
Oh,
for all
yeah.
this stuff.
I'm
This is a collection.
I'm a big collector of style guides and press kits. So I have
Yes.
tons of style guides for from all kinds of series and such.
So
Nice.
much good stuff, Dan. Especially just like the old classic cartoons and
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Quest, and it just I was just looking at this picture for I know a good half hour just skimming everything.
Yeah.
What's your prize collection? Like I mean, what's the cream of the crop? What's the best thing you got in there?
Well, there's the rarest one, and there's ones I prefer. I guess style guide wise, the ones that are probably my favorite are the Pokemon ones. I have about like 4 different Pokemon style guides, but there's one in particular where I was able to get like a whole cast of people just to sign the inside cover.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Then
Wow.
as far as the rarest goes, there's this one item I have in my collection that I actually legally can't show to anyone. Basically, it's a director's script for Cowboy Bebop Knocking on Heaven's Door, the movie.
Oh,
It came from the
wow.
estate sale,
Wow.
and in addition to that, it came with a document full of stuff regarding the dubbing process of the movie. And apparently, they were actually looking at one point to recast the actors. The voice
Oh no! I can't imagine Cowboy Bebop
and
without Steve Bloom. That would
they
be terrible.
there's interesting names in there, but due to them going through a talent, talking about the talents and such, the documents came with information including numbers, addresses, and social security numbers. So I have some social security numbers for some voice actors, which
Wow.
I legally can't show.
That-
Right.
Well,
So,
that could have
then
fallen in the wrong hands. I'm glad.
oh, yes, that was fun because I got it. Like, I love this. This is great. I love all this information. They're like, oh wait, what's this? And I'm looking. I was like, a second thought. Legally, they can't sell me this. So did I just get scammed? This not legit. So I go to a convention. One of these ADR directors of Funimation's at. I know she did some work on Cowboy Bebop as well. I walked over to her table and said, "Hey, I have a question. Can you just verify this for me? Let's make sure this is a legit thing." And as I'm showing it to her, you can see her sort of like, "Where'd you get this?" I was like, "Okay, I'm in trouble."
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a consideration. I don't even know how you would. I just can't imagine Cowboy Bebop without those voices.
But I think it's more like a mandate from Sony, if I'm reading the emails correctly. Basically
Makes sense.
they wanted bigger names for the movie.
Mhm.
Oh, that's terrible logic, but okay, it makes sense.
But also, you have like a lot of interesting anime stuff too. Like another thing I have is there's this format called Umatic tape. It's like the old type of things they sent to stations for the master broadcast tapes for everything.
Yeah.
So I have one for Robotech, and it's the master audio for one of the soundtracks they came out with.
Wow.
Now I have no way to play it. I don't know anyone who can play it, but I have it. It's rare. I love it, and I even got it signed by what's his name again? The guy who voiced Lupin. Taylor? No, wait. I forgot his name. Shoot. But yeah, basically the main guy from Robotech had him sign it. So
that's crazy. Have you
awesome.
ever been one of those people that assisted in like lost media or being able to bring somebody a better copy of something?
no, it's something I think about, but I wasn't sure even how to begin because I know I do have stuff in my collection that probably has not been seen. Like I have this one VHS tape that contains a 30-second commercial for a Johnny Quest toy.
I think, yeah, I have this
Yeah, that's
picture.
it. Yeah, so that right there is a toy that was never released, actually.
That's prime gold, because I remember when that toy line came back. I would really like to see that. I believe Zach, one of our other hosts, was big in collecting Johnny Quest back in the 90s, because they did that whole revival thing. That was a great cartoon.
Actually, do I have it near me at the moment? Where did I put it? Oh, yeah, there it is. 1 second.
Lost commercials, lost toys.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second, I'll grab it. So,
yeah, the problem with that toy line was those toys didn't last, because they, you know how clear plastic, just it doesn't last as long. Are translucent. A lot of those figures used that because there was like a cyber world versions of them. Every single one of mine broke. They were so brittle.
This here is a press kit from the 90s when we were launching that Pacific, when we were launching Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
So what it comes with is a digital watch. There's a spy pen inside the cassette tape here. Oh, wrong side. This side. Yeah. Spy pen there. In addition, you have all the fun press stuff, including the sealed tape for the screener.
Man.
Oh man.
And just recently, actually, here, can I get that out? Yeah. I actually got this from another collector. It's the edition sheet they had when they're yeah. It's the edition sheet for Jade that had the voice actor read when they were auditioning for the role.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's some cool, man. Roland sent the right guy. This is great. I love those press kits, man. There's so many I would love to get my hands on, but that's a great one.
I'm not sure you got a picture of it, but I also have this really amazing Lupin press kit.
Oh, really?
I think I shared that on my media platforms at one point.
Man. So,
yeah.
What I think I was into my slides. We can go back to, is that it? There we go. What was the thing that you knew you wanted to do art? What was it that inspired you to be like, I want to draw, I want to color, I want to do all this?
Well, originally I was looking at the drawing aspect. It takes me too long to draw something. Then when I was going to college, I started enjoying more of the digital side of things, the coloring and so forth. I mean, First, I do love, the main thing though is I love writing. So writing was the first thing that got me into storytelling, which led to the drawing. Then the drawing led me to the, I like doing digitally. Then digitally led me to doing, coloring's real fun. Let me stick to that.
Yeah, it's a snowball effect with the creativity stuff. Like you want to try everything once you tried something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what was like a favorite cartoon of yours growing up? What was something you'd watch a lot? I know it's hard to just pick one.
Yeah, that's the problem. I want to go with the Darkwing Duck. I want to go with the Sonic. I want to, there's a whole bunch I could just list off.
Great titles.
Darkwing Duck. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, I actually just got a hold of a couple months ago a Darkwing Duck style guide, which was my dream because I always wanted one of those. It was neat. This style guide was actually used by Boom Studios for their comic line. So the guy from a collector who basically got a hold of one of the artists and he got it from them. And I saw they had it, so I kind of traded them for the style guide.
Oh, nice.
Those style guides. I gotta ask. My holy grail of one. Do you have a copy of the Batman animated series style guide?
Not the one you're thinking of. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't have that one. I do have one for Adventures. I have one for Justice League Unlimited.
Anything from the Timbers.
Unlimited. So, yeah. All I have is the New Adventures, which is
Still, I like that one. That has some. Yeah, that one has some great notes in it.
Yeah, but first case WB goes for the superhero stuff. I do have a number of style guides, but most of the bigger stuff for WB is the press kits. I have these really giant press kits that covers the entire broadcast season, and I have it for 92 to 94, 94 to 95. I think it's 97, 98, and then 2001, 2002. I think there's just 2 years I'm missing.
Wow.
But as a result, I got the first year Batman and Superman first aired in the WB, including the Batman Beyond. Unfortunately, I don't have that one. What was it called? Before they named it Batman Beyond, Batman in the Future. I don't have the style guide for that one, though. I did see someone who did have it. I'm jealous of them.
Well, I think all of us are jealous of you. So I let it. I think it explains a lot. Like you have all this reference material to work from. It's just got to seep in the brain through osmosis.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're just surrounded by it.
What happened was when I was doing when I first doing a lot of the kids stuff, like Pink Panther, Rockabilly, and so forth, they would send me digital style guides, just digital versions, and I really like looking at those, and it got me interested in wanting to find the physical ones too. And I sort of, and also what's fun about this is it's technically related to the coloring work. I do use it for reference regularly, so tax credit, business deduction.
Right.
Listen to this genius. That's.
I mean,
brilliant.
I've taken some interesting off of tax deductions, which I do use for reference and so forth. Like that, for example, going back to that My Little Pony page that you saw. I before coloring it, I bought the first season of my DVD. Since I used that to color that page, then I used that page to get a job. Technically, that DVD set was used for business purposes.
Right.
So I took off the first season of My Little Pony on DVD for business deduction.
Lord, are you running? You should be running. You should be the chief financial officer of Silverline. Get everybody all these tax breaks. Oh,
I mean,
man.
you have to at least give a good explanation of how it relates. That's but if you can somehow relate it, then you might as well.
Right.
No, to me, it's not even fudging you. That's legit. That sounds like
right.
Yeah. You're not even kind of like, I don't know. No, it sounds good to me.
I mean, the problem is there's some stuff I get just for fun, which I know I'm not getting for reference, but it's related. It's like, I could technically, make it work, but I don't know, I was pushing it.
So, what was like the first big job that you got where you're like, okay, this is going to be what I do from here on out?
Well, I'll mention it. I'm not going to support the publisher because they kind of screwed me over a bit.
Fair enough.
It was working on some biography comics. Basically, it was Vincent Price was one, and who are the other ones? It basically like some biography type comics. I think that might be enough for some people to guess which company I'm talking about, but
well, we won't say. But
I think the first one was Nancy Reagan, actually.
Nancy Reagan.
Then after that, I did some work for Viper. So that one never got released. That was supposed to be into a mobile game, which never came out. From there, what was after that? I know American Mythology. I started a little after that one, and I think there's a couple. I did a couple other smaller projects. I did one for this indie film. They wanted a comic to tie into that. Then there was this person who is like a comic artist / graphic designer who's out in we're in the Midwest again. Wherever Benjamin Franklin's home is. I keep forgetting that one. But he was doing a horror anthology for his local county. So I basically did the colors for that anthology for him.
Okay.
Nice.
We needed the Steam Patriot guys on here to tell us where Ben Franklin's house is. I don't know.
Well, it's fun. It's City of Independence. I know that it was fun because I did a comic. I was fond of social media. When the City of Independence was having a lot of their promotion for, I think it was like one of the city's anniversaries. So I started interacting, so I promote myself too. And somehow I wound up being like I forgot what the number was. When we post, a certain number of person to post, like 100th person to post. I won free tickets to an event there. I was like, I don't live anywhere near there. I was trying to promote myself.
Oh well. What did you end up doing with the tickets? Did you just?
I gave it to the artist who I know who lived in that area. It's like you just send it to him.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Well, you just mentioned that like your coloring can sometimes lead outside of comics and do other projects, related in the field? What's been an interesting job, if any, that you've had coloring outside that's not comics?
Um, well, other stuff I do as well is book design. Like I do freelance right now. I'm actually working on a comic book cover for someone. Or this one it's just a single image and I have time, I'm illustrating it myself.
Okay.
So when I do that, I actually do color in those as well. Like a couple of months ago, I did a children's book for someone where I was doing the illustrations for the interiors, and then I would color that in. So I do
Nice.
other types of non-comic but still book type projects for people sometimes.
Do you find the act of doing the artwork and stuff for you, is it very zen for you, or is it one of those stressful? Because I know two people, it can go two ways, especially when it's work.
For me, I do find it relaxed because previously I had this day job, which was very stressful. But I can go home, do the comic work, and just relax while doing it.
Yeah.
Put in some, I don't know, put in Netflix, whatever, in the background, just color and just zone out while doing it, basically. But that's a good thing about flatting. Even though flatting is very tedious and repetitive, the fact it's repetitive means you don't have to pay as much attention while doing it.
Right.
I get you. Yeah.
Little bonus there.
I not to working on some of the stuff we done for the channel. I'm not comparing what I do what you do by any means, but yeah, it is. You kind of like zone out and you can just watch anything while you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, what do you say you're working on? Night of the Living Dead?
Yes.
Is that
for American Mythology, it's Night of the Living Dead. It's called Reverence, I think the series is called. It's a 4-issue miniseries. If you look it up, it's called Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, Revence. REVENANCE.
Okay.
So I'm doing the 4th issue for them now for that one. For that one, I'm doing the interiors only. Then they did mention there might be another Night of the Living Dead series after this one's done as well.
Have you had like a lot of fun? Did you ever think that you'd be working on, say, Night of the Living Dead or Zorro when you got into this?
It's something I wanted to do. I didn't know if I would make it to that point, but
it's good. The Zorro thing, that's what gets me. I'm a huge Zorro fan, and just I wish I would need to talk Roland into getting the rights for me just so I can write a Zorro comic for him.
I think right now, Source Point. What's the company called again? The one that did the Felix one that did shoot, I know which company has the rights now because I was talking to an editor there. Oh, actually, I should not mention the company by name now that I think of it. Yeah, I just remember the ink work has not dried, so don't mention we're looking into this.
Okay.
So, good thing I can't remember their name. But because the American Mythology one was actually in a rush to get this last issue out because we're having a little bit of trouble. Well, we need to get done soon before we lose everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But that's one situations where I have to do a whole comic within like less than a month. Like
wow.
Last year I had to do is that the Zorro one last year actually? I think that'd be the Zorro one. I had this convention coming up. It was one where I'm rolling, Silverline, we're having a convention in Florida. And so a week before the convention starts, I get an email saying, hey, I need you to do this comic for me. We need it done like ASAP. Well, I told you I'm going to the convention in a week. Like what we because they want to try to keep the colors consistent between issues. He doesn't like changing them out.
Right.
So it got to the point where, okay, look, I can hire, because this thing called, there's actually a position, someone you can hire called a flatter who will flat the pages for you so you don't have to worry about that part. So I told him, look, I'll hire a flatter. I'll have them do the pages while I'm at the convention. When I get back, I'll then do the rendering. That work for you? Yes. Great. Now give me my paycheck for my last job so I can pay the flatter.
Oh, man. So when those jobs come up, is it, you can take something you love, and it's like, can you do that thing that you love that normally takes you a month? Can you do that in 3-4 days? What is the approach?
Type of job. It really depends on the type of job, how much work is involved. Because I have had to do very time crunch stuff before. Like the best one I could think of is I was doing this 4-issue connected cover, and they wanted, they never told me ahead of time it's gonna be a connected cover. So I get the first, and they only give me the first cover to work with. So I color the first cover in, and then they say, okay, here's the second one. Like, wait, is this a connected cover? Yes. God damn it. I don't want to recolor the whole thing. I try to do at least some fixes so at least they can go together well.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough. Starting the second one. I start the second one. I say, okay, you're almost done with this? Yes, great. We have another project we need to do. It takes higher priority. Do that one. What about the covers? Come back to it. Okay. I do like a 20-page, I think it was a 20-page job for that one. You need it done, less than a month. I think it was like 3 weeks, that one. Okay, around 2-3 weeks. I get it done, send it to them. Start doing a little bit more work on the third cover. Start that one. Then they come back and say, okay, great. We need to do this other comic now. I'm still in the middle of these 4 ones. You do someone to finish this or move to that. Do this one higher priority. Okay, sure. I do that, give it back to them, go back to the covers again. I finish the third one, another project comes in. Great. Got the project. Okay. Going back to the cover, finish the third one. I think I have the order wrong. Oh, yeah, I did the third one. I finished the third one. Then the comic project came in. Yes. Sorry about that. So I got the third cover done. Then the comic project came in. I do that. And then they say, where's the fourth cover? You told me to. Oh, right. I did tell you to hold off on that. Well, can you get it done by the end of this weekend? At this point, I think
man.
I'd love a week to get that done in.
I don't. Yeah, I love that you tried to correct yourself. It didn't sound any less stressful either way. It was wow.
Thank you for that one. It was a horror comic, so the cover has like very blood flying everywhere. So okay, looking at this, majority of cover just blood splatters. There are people underneath. This is what I'll do. I hired a flatter. I told the flatter, just do the blood. That's all I need you to do. I'll handle everything else. So I had them do the blood splatters. I go in, do all the people underneath it. They give me the blood back. I then put it on top of the people, basically merge the 2 documents, and then go back in and fix up the blood as need be. That's like the only way I could get it done. I had to do like 2 parts.
See, I can tell you're very strategic in your work. Like, if I had that same job, I would have just gotten an ulcer and died. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to think on my feet like that. That's good.
I mean, the editor for that one, he's a good person to work for. He can be a little forgetful at times, but he is a good person to work for. So that's why I'm willing to put up with some stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, what projects? Anything other than the Night of the Living Dead that you're working on at the moment?
Not at the moment. Like I said, I do have my own self-published comic, which I think I did the second issue. I finished the second issue at the end of last year. Supposed to be a holiday edition, so I got time for that. So I'm hoping to get the printed stuff out soon. The digital ones is available. So for that one, though, I actually have a publisher who's helping me put out physical books for it. They're called United Comics, and it's run by a guy called T.C. Ford, who was an editor back during Charlton Comics, actually.
Oh wow!
So this is him basically coming back into publishing with a new line of comic books.
Oh, okay.
So it was nice because he used my comic specifically to help launch his kids line for his publishing.
Nice.
Well, I got
that.
I was just gonna ask. I like to ask. Every now and then, I like to ask people, what's the dream job? Just to put it out there, what would you like to tackle? Like, what property would you just love to work on?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, if you do, you're solid. Then I can tell you now, you can do it.
I wish I really want to work on that. So, I went to Savannah College of Art and Design, for college, for the art college. The main reason I went there was that the main artist for Sonic went there, Tracy Yardley. I saw in a blog post saying how much he enjoyed his time there. He sounded like a fun time. I'll go there too. Then, when I'm doing my comic book, my self-published one, which is this, the cover was drawn by Tracy Yardley. And the editor is Ian Flynn, the writer on Sonic.
Nice.
That's so cool.
So that's how much I really want to do. I'm trying to get as much. And also, another fun one, another connection. I forgot how many years ago it was, like 3-4 years ago. the main colorist on Sonic, Benjamin. I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. I'm sorry about this, Benjamin. But Benjamin. Let's say Benjamin. He was giving private. He had a fundraiser to get new equipment, and one of the tiers was private one-on-one coloring lessons. So I actually did get coloring lessons from the main colorist on Sonic too.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, we got to get you.
I still
We got to
get
get you in there.
coloring Sonic, but
Just those
it was
sample
fun 'cause,
pages.
like, I was going to. I've tried.
just
I
gonna-
mean,
yeah.
the thing is, when there was at Archie, I actually did connect with some of the editors there. Archie lost it. IDW got it. I actually was connected to one of the IDW editors. He left IDW. This was before all this recent junk happened.
Yeah.
So, okay, now I have no connection again. So it's just, I never got into the color sample, color test part, unfortunately. And it's annoying because like all the editors actually do like the work I'm showing them. I think the editor from IDW at one point just said like, "Well, yeah, enjoy it. Just unfortunately we don't have anything we really need any coloring work done for currently."
Yeah. Well, that I think it's just one of those. It's not your time right now. I think that's one of those things. Like it will fall in your lap, and you will be 1,000% prepared for it when it happens.
Right.
Yes. I mean, I am happy still. Like I said, I got to work on Brocky and Bullwinkle, Casper, a lot of those fun properties too.
You got a lot of property. Where can we find all your information?
Yeah, I have a website. It's called jcon.org. Let me say it this way. There we go. So that's there. I sent through the chat. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I just picked that up. Yeah, we can turn that into a nice little banner. Professionals here.
Yeah, it is Kahn, Kahn, not Khan. That's the Star Trek Kahn.
I think we should. Yeah,
So
there we go.
And then I do have like you saw. I do have a Twitter account which I use sometimes, but I use it more just for fun mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I found all those great
Instagram,
pictures.
which I don't use at all. Yes. I don't know if I try to start a YouTube thing, but I just never get. I keep losing interest in it, I guess. I did try one where I was trying to do a coloring sessions on there. That became too much because the problem is with the coloring stuff, to do samples, even the videos, I need artwork to color. And it gets to the point where either I'm working on my project or I'm working on the artwork, but then I need the artwork to come from somewhere. And if you're using someone else's artwork, you kind of need either their permission or, it gets a little iffy sometimes with that. So I don't like, especially if doing a live stream with their artwork, I don't want to do it without their permission in the live streams.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Hopefully, people see they want to give you art to color. I know I would. You're just phenomenal job. Again, it's your balance, and you keep everybody else's work alive with it. So you got my vote.
I also do some other fun stuff too with the coloring, which one thing I did was I took one of the covers you showed, the gray one, and actually created 3D red and blue glasses posters with those. So I do stuff other than I do stuff other than the coloring for the comics too. Relation to that question earlier, I do create little projects. Another fun one, like right now I'm taking one of these other ones I did, making like little puzzles to sell at conventions. That was a fun one because which was the guy again? Was it Eastman? One of the Turtles people. They went to the comic store near me, and apparently they went to the dollar store beforehand, bought these little template puzzles, and they would actually just draw the turtles, on the puzzles and sell it to the kids. It sounded like a great idea to do for coloring too. So that is a good idea.
That is. I was going to say on your site you actually have that example, and that's one of those things I forgot to save it. I wanted to show everybody, but all that stuff is on your site.
Yes,
you got a lot of fun stuff there.
Yeah, and I do have let me see if I can get this one. This is a site for my comic book, and sometimes I'll put some other stuff on there. I go through again. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so that one there I sent is for the site for my self-published comic book. And sometimes I will put some artwork on there that I'm selling as well. Like I did actually have the 3D posters for sale at one point last year.
Nice.
Let's go and put that one up as well. There we go. Yes, it
I'll probably
definitely.
have to update that. Still mentions my holiday sale on there.
We'll leave that up the rest of the episode, just so everybody can get a chance to do it.
What? Thank you.
Sincerely, Jeremy, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Fantastic guest. I love Rollinson's the best people.
And I appreciate you having talking to me. So thank you very much.
Yeah. You got to come back. You got to come back.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Yes, sorry.
You too. Thank you so much, Jeremy.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
What a great guest.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm gonna leave these up. Yeah, I figured we haven't done it in a while. I don't know if you've got anything, but
I saw you with the box. What was in the box? What's in the box?
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get it.
Don't leave me. Dead air. I also will. You know what? I'll be showing off something I got until he gets back. Jax sent me more of their prize packs. I got me a little Fire Mario.
Oh, nice.
And I got Dry Bones as well. So you remember I told you they just sent that Toad House, right?
Yeah.
This kept going. They sent more stuff, and I would like to introduce you to my new son.
Oh,
His name is Mario.
wow.
I was not expecting this. Oh, I should hold him here. I spent like a good half hour just messing with this thing the other day. I love him so. So thank you to Jack Specific for my prize pack.
Right.
And I promise I will take care of my new baby boy. What have you got?
I got. Dun, 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 dun.
My heart. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
so
the
this,
book we're all in.
I was really happy about getting this. I'm really happy about reading through it again because it's been a minute since I've read it. So
I'm just super glad that everybody was cool with me doing that, and that
oh yeah,
I went in, and plus it's really neat to read in chronological order. I'm not gonna lie. It's super cool.
Yeah, it is, and I mean, man, I was surprised at how high quality that hardback is. It turned out really well.
It's pretty decent. I was surprised. But yes, that is off the market, but it's out of print now. But I do have copies just in case. Find me on social media. I will sign it and send it to you.
Yeah, I think my mom wants one.
I'm super proud of everybody in that, including yourself. All those stories are amazing. You guys make me look really good. You make my book way better. So I appreciate it. I do. Oh, and I also got like I went to the Galaxy Candies, and to invite the owner on the show.
Yeah.
We'll have him on next week. But I got like a ton of comics, but I've been in the middle of reading.
Oh, nice.
Remember old shirtless, hairy Superman?
Heck yeah, man.
From the 90s.
That was my favorite Superman.
This is my Superman with a mullet and everything.
Yeah.
It's great. This is great. Yeah, great issue, by the way.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the whole reason I liked Henry Cavill. It's like, because he took his shirt off and he was hairy and had the mullet even, and it's just like, yeah.
I will give it to him. He did fight for that, and he specifically said, look at the comics.
Yeah.
I'm not shaving my chest.
Right.
I'll give him points for that. I really will.
Yeah, heck yeah. Goodness.
What else
that comes up so often. He says he gets into conflicts about that kind of stuff all the time. Like, he'll be like, hey, well, have you read the comics? Have you read this stuff? Have you I mean, look.
He is well, he's not even a closeted nerd. He's a nerd.
Yeah.
He likes, maybe they'll correct me if I'm wrong. Are they not giving him like higher privileges on the Warhammer show?
I do not know. I just know that it's going to happen.
I feel like they should probably just make him an executive producer and just let him use his knowledge on set.
No kidding.
So that there's no conflicts like that.
I think that's what it comes down to is like someone needs to just be like, okay, I'm going to turn the reins over to you and let you handle it, because it's if it's a property he cares about, like Warhammer or Superman or any of his other roles like Witcher, they shouldn't be fighting him on that kind of stuff.
Well, that's the problem. Like when you sign on a job like that, you are under the assumption that it's going to be the thing that you think it is,
right?
And you don't know who the directors and the writers and the other actors are going to be, and you still you got to deal with it sometimes. And I know that Witcher is not what I was expecting. So,
yeah, I'm not ready for this season, and I don't think I'll watch it in the future without him. So
I couldn't get past that first season. I was like, there's barely any Witchering. He's barely in the show.
Yeah.
So
I still liked it enough because I was like, all right, well, I'll hang on, watch it. But
I think we should talk about the news I saw for Yellowstone fans. I'm sorry, I did see the news.
Yeah.
At least they are breaking it off. They're not trying to continue the show without Kevin Costner.
Right. Yeah.
Like they're just kind of doing a soft end, soft start.
Yeah.
That mentally that would help me in case the next stuff isn't. I don't watch Yellowstone. I do want to watch it, but
yeah, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic show that I can't imagine it working without Kevin Costner ever. I mean, they've given 2 spinoffs of it already that didn't have Kevin Costner in it, but I like them well enough. The 1628 or 1826 or something like that, and then there was 1923, and
oh yeah, the Harrison Ford movie.
Yeah, Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren were in that, and they were both great. And the first one had Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, and I totally forget his name.
Yeah, this is all you. I can't help you.
Yeah,
I don't know any.
Marble Man. Why can't I not think of his name?
You thinking of Sam Elliott?
Yeah, Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott was in that one.
Okay.
So that was in the first series that they did a spinoff of, and it's like that was all good, but it's like it's still tied to Yellowstone. It's like if you like Yellowstone, you'll like these other shows, but your heart is still invested in Yellowstone, and that's why you put up with those other shows. And that's why you like those other shows.
Yeah.
For me, anyway. And
no, I just understand that logic. There's a couple of things like, yeah, this is good enough because it's related to the thing, but it's still not that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's like because Kevin Costner is the whole reason I enjoy that show. Well, Kevin Costner and his daughter Beth in the show are top notch. I mean, they are the main characters of that show for me.
It just reminds me of just by the looks of it and just what clips I've seen. It's almost like Dallas, but like hardcore mafioso. Even more so because I remember that show was like very drama with the family and just from what I've seen, I'm not a Dallas fan by any means. I'm just saying
I mean, I barely remember it. I just remember people talking about it. Oh, who shot JR?
Yeah.
Whatever.
That was like the highlight of it.
Yeah.
It gave us Patrick Duffy though. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Old Patrick Duffy.
Yeah. I don't know, but so they're canceling it with season 5 but they've already picked up for another show, another spinoff show. So, but in that one, I kind of think imagine it's going to have Matthew McConaughey in it. That's what they have been talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I think that show is the show that they're spinning off of. That they're going to have Matthew McConaughey in. I think that's the one that is the one that Matthew McConaughey has been talking about being
think
cast in.
That pushes it over. I really need to get on watching all this stuff then. We just finished True Crimes a few nights ago.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sorry, True Detective. That
Oh,
first
yeah.
season. It's fucking dark. So dark. It's good though. It's a good show. I get why people love that. I get why people love that show.
Yeah.
I haven't tried the second season because I know people were automatically like, "This isn't going to be as good," and it wasn't. But
right,
I'm still interested to keep going and see what happens.
Yeah, that's one. I think I was only interested in the first one because of a certain scene in it that I think you know what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
I'll confirm off air. But yeah, that shows. I think the reason that show works so well is that Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell they have real chemistry. That they're real buds.
Yeah.
Because the things they do together are just. Some of them are hysterical.
Mm.
Especially like one with Woody Harrelson's like trying to like get like friendly help. Like, I need advice. I need you to help me. And Matthew McConaughey's like, your life is not my problem. We are work. We just do work and that's it. And
Right.
Woody Harrelson's like, fuck, come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good.
Oh, I didn't get to talk about it because I missed out last week. In terms of well, let me do the intro. Let's make it official. Gives me an excuse to use that button.
Right.
They had leaked Mo 2 Origins for the next few waves. Really? And I think Zach's going to be happy. I'm sure you'll be happy even if you don't collect all of them. They are gonna do Filmation. Okay. Like that He-Man that came in that 4-pack that was way overpriced.
Yeah.
He's just getting a single card release.
Okay.
They're gonna do Man at Arms, Skeletor. And then there's a leak that suggests that they are going to do a crossover with Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
And it sounds like they're actually going to put the Turtles in with doing the Origins bodies. That's the way I would imagine. Like, it's got to fit within that line.
Huh.
So you're talking about a whole new line of Turtles.
Huh. Interesting.
That Mattel's going to do. Because you know how everybody gets a chance at doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yes.
There's so much. If you're a Turtle fan, it's the golden age of collecting Ninja Turtles.
No kidding.
Everybody's giving you something. So add Mattel to that list because I think that's a leak. I think that's going to happen.
Nice. I still want them to do the He-Man Thundercats crossover. Like,
I wish they would.
That would be so insane.
Get that? Who owns it? I mean, Super 7 doesn't own the license. I mean, it's a Warner Brothers property, right? So
I have no idea.
I would assume, although I don't imagine Mattel wanting to go back to it unless it would be something like that. That could work. But I'm kind of hoping the Mo 2 TMNT crossover is going to be like all. Do you remember Freddie Williams' like artwork that he tried to pitch?
Yeah.
Freddie Williams II, Instagram, and Twitter. Go to his. He's got all this fantastic artwork for a pitch to do that crossover because he's the king of crossovers in comics.
Oh, heck yeah.
And he said he couldn't get it through. And I'm looking at that artwork and I'm like, how?
How did you not get it through?
Nobody has to write anything. Just print those pictures. There it is.
And this is Injustice Mo 2 crossover that he did. And this is insanely good.
He's so good. Anybody remembers he did that huge charity event with us a few years back? Just donated just so much artwork.
Yeah.
So somebody actually messaged me the other day, just thanking us for doing that because we had they're the ones that they got the that really nice Eastman layered crossover that he did.
Oh,
That he
yeah.
yeah. So I thought that was cool because they found it and there's but they didn't find it. It's hanging up in their house
Nice.
and their children and then they all enjoy it. And they were thinking, I was like, yeah, man, Freddie, he's
Yep.
insanely good. But thank you to Freddie Williams II
Yep.
for because what we
He's
just
awesome.
we bought a couple. He's like, we just want a couple. We're doing it for charity. He's like, okay, and then he sends like me a massive pile, and we thought that was it. And then he sent you a massive pile, and I was just like, oh man, what a generous fella.
Yeah. Yeah, he's awesome.
Man.
I mean, all of his artwork is still hanging up on my wall. Well,
yeah, I still got that lovely I need to get it framed, but I have that lovely print. You know what? I actually have it here. Where is it at? It's that gorgeous one you sent me. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful. He's master. So I'm hoping they're either working with him. Hopefully they don't steal his ideas. But
Right.
Just get his artwork. Because
Seriously.
I want to see like the He-Man Leo and the Ram Man Michelangelo and all that. I want to see that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I would love that.
I'm excited. Geez. Is there anything else? I know this is kind of
No?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm good.
okay. Well,
I don't think I have anything else to talk about.
I'm going to play us a Manscaped ad, and we'll go out on that. But I'll play it. I'll play it after the credits.
All right.
What we got some good stuff lined up. If anybody wants to join us,
Yes.
because I wanted to join them after I found out they were doing it. I was like, what? Watch your homework assignment. Watch Tough Turf. It's on YouTube.
Yep.
For free because it's one of those movies that apparently nobody cares about, except for like the fans that are keeping it alive and sharing it with people.
Yeah.
Watch that because we're gonna do like a movie night and talk about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it and then we usually hand out another homework assignment to do and we'll come back to that. But yeah, so it was that last week. It was Tough Turf or Cop Rock, and I think I tried to get through Top Rock, but I'm just gonna stick with Tough Turf.
Tough Turf is great. It's not even if you don't like it, just the amount of cheese and 80s-ness that is in that movie. Like, there's no way anybody could get it wrong when that movie was made. You could look 5 minutes, one frame of that movie. You're like, yeah, that's an 80s movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how it is. It's like, I don't know. It's just like golden.
Yeah. Oh, and we got like a really cool guest you booked. Oh, help me out. What's his name? I'm blanking.
It's C Marshall.
Yeah, thank you.
Handle on Instagram. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. He's a manufacturer of just costumes and props and stuff like that. So you'll see, if you go to his Instagram page, you'll see all of the things he's done. Like, he's got a Jawa outfit, he's got multiple Mandos, Boba Fett, the Death Watch, etc. So it's just,
I know you said
so
like
cool.
You got him. You was like, I booked this guy, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to his Instagram, and I'm like, you got this guy,
right?
It was like, wow.
Yeah,
hopefully
I'm
Zach
super
will get
excited
in on
for
that.
it. Yeah,
just all the
Zach needs to get in, and for sure, because he has a 3D printer, and
he makes some good stuff. MountainTownToys.co.
Yeah.
Follow him there. Yeah, I think that's it. But we got a lot of good stuff, and there's like other people we either haven't quite nailed down the scheduling, or because we know for sure they're coming, we just got to get them on. But a lot of cool guests coming.
Yep.
And of course, who knows what's going to happen in the pop culture realm that we'll end up talking about. Batman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Flash is fixing to come out. I'm sure some of us are going to end up talking about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I say real quick, just to prove the effectiveness of that movie? Me and Renee we went to it. She didn't want to, all the news with Ezra Miller, all the things. She's like, I don't think I can do it. Then she saw that trailer before Guardians, and she's like,
Right.
I want to see it, and I'm kind of torn.
Yeah, I saw someone tied to the movie said, "Yeah, you'll forget all about Ezra Miller's crimes after seeing this movie," and I'm just like, "What the heck?"
Everybody is back in. There's everybody that has got to see an advanced copy of it. They're like, this is like the best DC movie they've done in years.
Right.
And
It's
even
just
James Gunn,
mind-boggling.
he's like, yeah, actors you got to separate the artist from the art, and that movie's good. And
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Guardians of the Galaxy, quick review. It's fucking amazing. Everybody knows. Go see it.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, it's great.
Nice. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Duh. You just said you saw it. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but yeah, that looks good.
James Gunn, he brought it hard. He knew he was going out. He made it. He did the rarity of making a successful trilogy.
Yeah. I've heard that. A lot of people say that it's the best trilogy.
It's solid, man. It is, and it exists on its own. It's 1000% go see it. You definitely want to go see it in theaters, especially the fight sequences. The stuff with Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
After watching that, I'm like, holy crap, he's going to do really good on Superman. Because I've never seen Superman fights.
Dang it, doesn't look the password.
You're still there.
Okay.
They didn't want you to panic. You're still on.
Okay.
I thought there was like a national emergency.
There you go. I thought for sure it was...
No, you were still on. It was crazy.
Blank. So that's good.
But yes, fight sequences. He knows how to do flying and popping in and out of fights and going back to flying and stuff, and shots that last more than like a couple of frames of flying and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really excited to see what he does with Superman now. So,
yeah. James Gunn, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard some casting rumors on that, but nothing's locked in yet.
Yeah, they said, I think last I heard they're going to try and have everything done by January. And luckily he got his version of the script in before the writer's strike, so they can actually do pre-production and stuff. And hopefully the writer's strike will be over by January. Surely they'll figure out that they need to give writers more money.
Yeah. I mean, just give them what they ask. I saw a thing that Kevin Smith on Fat Man Beyond, he had a little breakdown and stuff, and it's like they look at all the companies like worldwide, and then they're just asking for like a percentage of this, like just a tiny little tick. That's all it would. That's all it would require.
Is it happening? Incoming. A challenger approaches. I don't know. Maybe he's not on camera. Let's try him. Hello?
Yo.
What's up?
It was happening.
Sorry. What, did you hear us talking? You had to come in? What happened?
I clicked on the YouTube video and I saw you guys streaming, and I figured I'd jump in for a second before.
Well, good.
I had to go. I have nothing to contribute, but
well, remove.
Per usual.
Yeah. I see the status quo hasn't changed.
If anybody's wondering where he was,
are you going to be able to join us on Thursday?
Probably not. It'll be hard.
Right.
It'll be hard. It'll be real hard.
Well, I'll still keep my fingers crossed. I keep hope.
Because what time are you guys starting?
I forget.
Was it 9:00?
Professionalism.
No, 8:00. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
I get them confused myself.
I know. Oh man. Yeah. Because I know I'm 2 hours behind you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're on his time technically because he's out in California. So so he just said, "Hey, does I think it's 5 their time and 8 our time." He said, "Would this time work for you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's great."
Well, it's also that there's the time delay that's gonna, kind of hurt things, and also the fact that he has Tears of the Kingdom, the new Zelda game. That's not helping.
You can put that down for a minute.
Only reason I'm here is because it's my wife's turn.
Exactly, man. I don't know if I would have been here because if I had a Switch. It's Zelda weekend, man.
Yeah, it's Zelda and it's the last Diablo 4 beta as well. So
so John's gone. John's
yes,
never going to come in here this weekend.
Yeah. I was like, man, you're not going to get any. This is a bad timing. What have you done? There was massive call outs from work this Friday. Everybody's like, there's another pandemic. I was like, yeah, it's called Tears of the Kingdom.
He said he was going to come in, but you know what? Sorry, I haven't got to use that button yet.
It's pretty good. Yep.
Man. Well, I'm glad you hopped on right at the end, man. We got stuff to you.
Oh, is it already over?
We were wrapping up. Yeah, we were talking about the just news. We was talking about we was in the middle of talking about the writer's strike.
What a dick. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I thought you did let me down. I thought you had like some impressing thing to say to us.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was like, I'll come in and listen and chat and see if I had anything. I don't know. I guess
you know what? Just I all kidding aside, you are enough. You can bring yourself in here anytime.
Oh yeah, man. I like that sensual movement there you got there on the camera on the microphone there. You whispered into my ear. It was nice.
You are adequate.
If this fails, you guys get a shining future in AMSR or AMSR or whatever. Let me just scratch your head a little bit. Go ahead.
What is it? Now get on the bed and close your eyes. There's a reference for people.
Yeah.
Did you see my son?
Oh my God! Why is it so huge? For a second there, I thought you were pulling up the little Mario. And my brain was like, "Wait a minute."
Nice.
It's so big. Where'd you get that?
So, you remember at that contest I won? I thought I'd gotten all the prizes. I guess not. They ended up sending this little Mario, and I got a Dry Bones that I love.
Jesus.
But then I was like, "Holy shit! Does that mean I did win Big Mario?" And the next day, he's like, "There he is, my baby boy."
It turns out that every other contestant just failed to answer the email, so they're like, "You know what? Fuck it, send him everything."
I guess whatever it is, Jax. Thank you, because this is.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Did I mess it up? Was he running fine before I showed up?
He was fine for the most part.
Turn this. So now we know the maximum capacity is 3.
This toy's fucking great. Okay. Sorry.
No, it's great. I love it, man.
Well.
Yeah. So did you already cover all the news, huh?
What news do you have to contribute?
No, I was just listening.
There was something.
You can catch the end there.
Because I think we I don't know if you heard what the Motu's doing. They're going to release that.
Uh-oh. On another note, how do you like this avatar? Is that the cream of the crop or what?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're not in here. You know what? I had a thing ready.
I just got a bunch. I got all the windows open, and because I don't know what's going on with Colorado, but we've had a moth infestation.
Oh, jeez.
It's just moths everywhere.
Mothman prophecies.
And every once in a while, I hear my wife scream because one flies in her face or something, and and I've got my son giggling because every time I see one, I'm like, he just loves lamb. He just loves lamb. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's all I got. So it's a fucking mess right now. So
yeah.
But other than that, yeah. I'm trying to think. Anything new? Nope. Ain't got nothing.
Did you get anything?
No.
Oh yeah.
No, the only thing I've got. Well, I got some of those new head sculpts in. I got a bunch of those.
Nice.
Those Tansanat art Vegeta heads that I ordered.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Man, they just all started showing up. So now I'm just drowning in Vegetas.
I really like that
sentence.
they have that extra neck peg and stuff. I really wanted to get those.
It's truly wonderful. Like I took the old Vegeta head pretty much off all of them and replaced them. So now we're in business. I'll have to send a message in the group chat. Oh my god! But hey, I won't hold you guys up. I didn't know the show was over.
Yeah, we're wrapping.
That's
up.
okay. I'm glad we got to spend a few minutes with you, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
No problem. Until next time.
Yes. Until next time, fellas.
Yeah. Play us out.
Thank you to our sponsor, Manscaped. Join us as we take a look at the Performance Package 4.0. First up is the Lawnmower 4.0. Mowing your lawn has never been so much fun. You'll even be volunteering to mow other people's lawns, if you know what I mean. You won't need sight beyond sight to see what you're doing down there. Next up is the Weed Whacker 2.0. Also, with its skin-safe technology, you'll never have a pesky ear or nose hair out of place. Why not try out the Crop Reviver? It will leave your orbs of power silky smooth. Last up, we have the Crop Preserver. It's the best way to combat that itchy burning sensation you get when chafing. Get 20% off and free shipping when you use the code ThunderNerds at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code ThunderNerds. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job at Manscaped.